Good day, everyone, and welcome back to Mommy Guide Inc. For those who are new to the channel, I am Mommy Lala, and welcome to Stash September, day number 26. Four more days to go, and we are done. It seems just we were just starting, and now it's almost done. And I'm super happy out of all the many like challenges or series that I have started in my channel for the past couple of almost 4 years. I think this is the best or the one that I have loved the best simply because it really made me go through a lot of my stamp stash. So maybe the next time it will be like a different category, right? Because I'm so happy that stamps of like 4 decades ago, right? Finally, I have been able to use them. So hopefully, if that is something that you desire as well to do, to grab those stash that you have had from, the 1900s, so to speak, right? So hopefully this inspires you to do so. All right. So first in the chat today, very, very early, even before I went live, is actually our dear friend Laurie. Oh, I'm so happy that all is good, right? So thank you so much, Laurie. She is almost always here and she wakes up truly, truly early. Oftentimes she's busy, but definitely she is here. Thank you so much, my friend. And I hope that you enjoy the weekend, right? So, and of course, we have Linda. Kamusta, Linda? Hope everything is well. I hope okay ka. Okay, so we're almost out of the first Burr month. How did that happen? Exactly, right? So they say, time flies by so fast when you are having so much fun, right? And of course, we have this. Okay, here with us today, Marian. Thank you so much, Marian. I'm trying because I've run out of my original one, so I'm trying this thing out. So thank you that you like it, my friend. Oh, I actually like one of Marian's recent videos. She asked, "Is it a waste of time to decorate your planners?" What do you think, friends? Right? Check out that episode on Marian's channel. And you'd be surprised at how, her take was on that one. So again, Marian, thank you so much, my friend, for dropping by. She is Marian Cresp on all the socials, my friend. If this is the first time that you've seen her, I would highly suggest you check out on her on all the platforms, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Of course, YouTube. She is Marian Cresp. All right. So going back. So for today's prompt, okay, what is it? It is day 26 and it says shaker or interactive. Okay. So we're supposed to create an interactive card featuring an unused stamp. Of course, that is always a regular prompt. It has to be something, if possible, that has not been used. All right. But for those like whims who have run out of stash or stamps that she has not yet used, woot to you. All right. So you can reuse those that you feel you have not yet used as much as you have wanted to. All right. So again, shaker or interactive. So what does that mean? Okay. So I do have a question for you, my friends. Do you like shaker cards or interactive cards? So what is a shaker card? Something that shake. So a shaker card, yes, indeed, is something where you have bits and pieces that when you shake the card, moves, right? So it's not something like the embellishments that you see me sometimes glue onto the panels where they are, stuck there permanently. They're not gonna move. Shaker cards are so much fun. Another there is you could go for interactive cards. So what I'm gonna do today is to mash those two. Okay, I'm going to create an interactive at the same time shaker card. So when you say interactive, there's just a little bit of more interaction in terms of, using or handing the card. So instead of just looking at it, just, reading it, sometimes there's something that flips, something that pops, something that's hidden, right? So stuff like that. So I also love creating interactive cards as well. So I hope that you would check this out and tell me, do you like shaker shaker cards because, again, as I mentioned, that's what we're going to be doing today. Okay, so if you could see, these cards have kind of gone dark because, okay, this is a new release. This was just released, I think, about a month or 2 months ago at most. Okay, it is a collaboration product, okay, between Lynn of LV Handcrafted, who designed the product, and the one who created it and is distributing it for everyone in the community is, of course, one of our favorites, Not Too Shabby Shop, right? So when this got released, they had a special bundle. All right, and I think my camera is a little bit all right, there you go. Okay, come on. All right, there you go. Okay, so they did come up with a special bundle. I already forgot how much this was, but the thing was, the bundle included the stamp. Okay, what is this, by the way? Okay, this is the ultimate shaker ultimate snow globe shaker. Okay, stamp and die combination. Again, the ultimate snow globe shaker. Now the thing is, most when you say snow globe, instantly you'd think about Christmas, you'd think about winter, right? But the thing that this it's a standalone dice can do is that it is so versatile, and that is what Lynn actually wanted this to be. She had envisioned a set of dice that definitely the primary use was that of to create a shaker or a snow globe, right? So both for winter and for the holiday season. But she also wanted to be able to use this, the rest of the year. And so she has created a lot of inspiration videos. She even has a masterclass for this, right? So all the links to these products, Lynn's channel, Lynn's everything about all these products are in the description of this video. So this is what it looks like. Yes, you'd see, oh, wow, the color is different. It's not silver, right? Normally, the dies that we find available are normally silver colored. This is actually a little bit on the teal side, right? So because that is indeed her favorite color. So Jamie was so awesome to have actually thought of that. And so the other releases of her old or previous dies with Not Too Shabby, if you have not had that, the Easy Wonder dies 1, 2, and 3. Okay, the newest releases are also in this new color already. Okay, so if you have the old one, I think I still have it here. Okay, so it is in, what color was the old one? Okay, so the old one we're still in silver. All right, so this is the Easy Wonder dice 1, 2. Okay, the only thing I don't have is the number 3 because you guys were so fast, I ran out. Okay, so I have to go and wait for the next release. All right, so this is what it, okay, so the bundle included this one. Now you can buy this like individual. You can buy the dice, you can buy just the stamp if you want, okay? But what I did was, of course, I wanted to buy the bundle. So the die, the stamp, okay, and then another thing that I've been wanting to have for the very, very long time is, a light up element in my card, right? And sad to say, there is no one who sells something like this here in the Philippines. And I've been wanting to buy this so many times over, but then when I think of the shipping, it's like, so I was like, oh, they bundled it with this one. So definitely a go, right? So that was a great, awesome add-on. So it came with the 3, not even the 1, but the 3 batteries included, right? And of course, okay, it also came, again, this is part of the bundle, okay? The Pear Blossom Shaker pouches, okay? So this one is not just a collaboration of artists, but also of manufacturers, right? So Pear Blossom Press, Not Too Shabby, and Lynn, okay, I think even Trinity Stamp, collaborated with this release. And of course, It came with, okay, Jamie included this cozy Christmas 6x6 pattern paper pad, okay, and of course a freebie, right? So awesome. Okay, for the price of, I don't know anymore, but definitely super, super worth it. Okay, so what I'm gonna be doing tonight is to create an interactive and at the same time a snow globe shaker card using my dear friend Lynn's, okay, products, and of course not too shabby. So that's why I mentioned yesterday, I was, when it arrived, like, it arrived a few, like a week or so after it got released. I said, okay, I'm gonna work on it. But then I got busy, a little bit busy, and then I realized, you know what? I'm gonna do Stash Temper. I'm gonna wait and feature this for Stash Temper. All right. So before I move on, let me just say hi to the other, okay, friends who came into, okay, that chat. Of course, we have, okay, Yvette, hola Yvette, and of course we have Wims. Good evening, Wims. Are you still at work? Just got off from, oh, you got off early. I had to stop because it's Friday. Indeed. I was thinking of Christmas card too for a shaker. Exactly, right? Because I think that's our go-to. When you say it's a shaker card, normally the first thing that comes to mind is, oh, snow or winter, right? So there are birthdays, stuff like that. Hi, Barbara. Good morning. And she's saying hi to everybody as well in the chat. Barbara says, I love Lynn's snow globe die set, and the stamps are so much fun. Indeed. Right? So yeah, Zell is back in her other channel. All right. Sprinkle with cards. I didn't forget it this time. Yes, she's sprinkled with cards, but this is her other channel. This is her gaming channel. All right. So love that cozy pattern paper too. Can't wait to see what you make, Lala. Thank you, Barbara. I'm definitely gonna have fun. And of course, we have Vicky. Hi, Vicky. Thank you so much for dropping by, my friend. If you had not checked out Vicky's latest video, she, instead of smashing her stamp stash, she went over some of her, papers, old papers, packaging. I think it was old cards, and reused them and created boxes, cute, tiny boxes. So if you have not checked that out, I highly suggest you do so. All right, there you go. And hi to you as well, my dear friend. Okay, if I won't stop, they would keep on emailing me because I'm still on. All right, so I got you. Okay, that's a dilemma, Wims, right? All right, okay. All right, who's Marlene? Okay. So anyways, hello. And of course, we have Caroline. Caroline, because I am so inspired by your haul, and I'm so excited to see what you're going to do. It was actually Caroline where I got inspired with those, those pens that you put beads on. And because I am a jewel, I love jewelry making as well. So I have a ton of beads. I said, okay, I want to create those. Finally, I found a supplier for the, what do you call that, Caroline? The pens. But now I don't know where to buy those awesome, cute toppers, right? So I did find some Doorables, but they're very, very limited. And I actually did a shorts on one of those that I bought. But again, all of these were inspired by Caroline from last year. And now she's going to do it again. So if you want to check out what I'm saying, head on to Caroline soon. All right. Okay. So going back. Okay, so let us go back to this one. Hold on, friends. Let me just... Okay. Oh, what is that? Okay, hold on. Okay, here. Wait. I just need to get something. All right. Sorry about that. All right. So let's go back to the products. Okay. Let's just go through it. Okay. So you see, you have, unlike, when you have like a shaker die, normally it comes with like the globe part, the circular part, and then the base, right? So it would look something like that, right? So, but what Lynn did was to actually separate them so that you have an option to create either big ones or smaller ones. All right, so and then you have this nesting dice, okay, circular dice, one that's a little bit bigger and one that is a little bit smaller, okay. And the intent of that is so that you can create, you know, a bigger and a smaller snow globe, so to speak. Included also in the dice are some elements that you can die cut to decorate the inside of your snow globe. So you do have a snowman, snowflakes, a reindeer, and if you can see, I did use this one. Okay, so these were absolutely unused till today, my friends. Okay, you just have to trust me on that one, because okay, I really not use this. Otherwise, you would have seen it in my in one of my videos, live streams, or shorts. Okay, but it really haven't. All right. So and then you have the base. So you do have two. Okay, so you have a smaller one and you have the bigger one. Okay, so the bigger one does have like an opening. Okay, and then there is a die cut that you can nest inside, and this one can cut out. Wait for it, hold on. But first, of course, there is that thing, all right, so that can turn your snow globe into an ornament, right? So imagine, if you don't want it to be a snow globe, it can be turned an ornament. If you don't want, it could just be, you know, nesting circles like so. Okay, and what is wrong with my camera? It is out of focus. Okay, all right, so anyway, so if you take this one, all right, and then let's go back to the stamp. You will see that, all right, okay, I actually used all of these today, and I'll show you what I did, okay? So you can actually, you know, cut. Okay, so after, if you would see the, what do you call this? The stamps are a little bit angled, like so. So they're not exactly straight like that, so that it would fit, you know, perfectly onto this one. And after stamping, you could just easily die cut like so. All right, there are those that are actually smaller. Okay, so that goes for with the smaller one. But what I did was I still did this one, die cut it a little bit like so, but just cut the edges. Okay, and then you have others that are bigger, so like Let It Snow, Sweater Weather, okay, Merry Hello, Mistletoe Kisses, and of course, oh, okay, so this one. All right, so that is, okay, the dice and the stamps, okay, and then of course the Halo Light combo, okay, from Pear Blossom Press. I will, okay, came with this one, okay, so that you can create like they do have a dome one, but that wasn't included in the bundle, but you can actually buy that. The dome is a little bit, you have a little bit more space, so to speak. So if you want to put more layering or more shaker bits, then that should be the one that you would get. But this is perfectly okay as well. And of course, the set of papers. Okay, so these are the enamel dots that coordinate with, okay, the theme. And this is the Cozy Christmas, just in case you're interested to see what is inside. All right, so there are 12 designs, and this is a 6x6 paper pad. All right, so you have that design. Okay, and then this is the last one because I used it. All right, so this is for later. Okay, so this one, so everything is double-sided. So there's 6 times 2 because it's another design at the back, right? So there you go. Okay, this one is actually part of that. Okay, okay, this one. All right, so this one is that. Okay, and then this one, the back of which is that. Oh, gorgeous. Okay, and then this one. And of course, this one was earlier on this, and then the bear. All right, so that is what the Cozy Christmas okay, looks like. So the nice thing about, the not too shabby papers is that they're very sturdy. Okay, so you can definitely use either as an ephemera or a card base, and they're double-sided. So even one paper, you can even create like your coordinating paper as well. All right. So let us start, okay? So as I mentioned, okay, I've already, okay, stamped everything. You see, I have saved you an hour or more of, watching. So we can go down to the actual putting together of our shaker and snow globe card. All right. So what have I done? Okay. As I mentioned, okay, I had been busy the whole afternoon because, dun, 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 so all of these, not that here. So all of these I have stamped, I have heat embossed, and I had die cut. And I have sorted it already into different packs. So let's say, for example, you have Snow Much Fun. Okay, so if you can see the Snow Much Fun in silver, in red, in green, in gold. Okay, so I have stamped them several times over. All right, so that is what I do when, as I mentioned, when I have, things out, so that I have extras in the event that I need it, so I can have it. So you have here Cozy Days, the same, different colors. So I heat emboss some just regular stamping. This is Jingle All the Way. This is Merry and Bright. This is Merry Christmas. This is Season's Greetings. This is Home for the Holidays. There's so many sentiments, right? You have Happy Holidays. All right. So you have, this one is a bad embossing, right? So anyway, Hello Winter. Okay, you have Winter Wishes. Okay, you have Let It Snow. And one that is for any occasion, a thank you one. Right? So again, this, snow globe shaker, die, and stamp set is super fun. And of course, another holiday sentiment called Frosty Fun. Okay, and then remember the bigger sentiments like this, the sweater weather, Let It Snow, Merry Hello, and mistletoe and kisses. Okay, this is what I did. Okay, most of it I cut circular. Right? I stamped, heat embossed, and then die cut with a border. Okay, with a circular, with a border or stitch die. Okay. But some of them, like in different colors, like here, see? Let It Snow. Oh my gosh, my camera. I don't know if you can see that there is actually stitching on the sides. Right? So, and then some I die cut with a smaller circle, like the Merry Hello. Right? And then some I didn't even use circles, right? So I use different shapes. I use like a rounded rectangle, okay, a cross stitched border rectangle, right? So they are all Merry Hello. They are all the same, but if you can see, okay, it turned out into different shapes. So this one's on a circle border, this one's rectangular, this one's even oval. Okay, Merry Hello, but they are all the same, right? So you can also tweak that, right? So you can change the shape and make it, have it a different look. Like this one is mistletoe and kisses. I have them in ovals. Okay, so some of them are camera, stop. Okay, wider ovals, thinner ovals, circle, square. Right? So bigger circle, smaller circle. Okay, the thing is I need to refresh, but I think I deleted the app for it, so that's why it's going bonkers. So, as I've said, I've done all the stamping and the die cutting so that we can focus on the actual making of our shaker card for today. This is my first time to work with, you know, this halo light combo. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it correctly. So bear with me. All right. I know you're going to give me grace because I really don't know what I am doing. I had to rewatch some of Lynn's videos on how to actually use the lights. Okay. How to assemble. And I realized, oh, it's actually quite easy. But sometimes you feel it's easy, but then when you're the one doing it, might be not so easy. So let's see. But it felt like very easy when Lynn was doing it. All right. So let me just go back to the chat a little bit. All right. So Vicky said, my eyes aren't all the way open yet. All right, yes, it's quite early, I know, right, for most of you. Let's do a pens video together. Yes, Caroline, please, please. I really want to. Right? Only when you have time. Okay, tell me. I will adjust. Even if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, I would gladly hop onto your channel as a guest this time, my friend. And make sure that I'll get the supplies before I join you. Okay, because I really am so in love with your pens. It's like don't be surprised if you are a friend of mine here in the Philippines and you get something like that as a present this year, because I'm super in love with it, right? So again, it's Caroline's awesome fault. She has made me fall in love with those pens so much. All right, there you go. Okay, everybody's saying hi to everyone. I just ordered my first embossing powder and heat gun. Woot woot! All right. I couldn't imagine. Really? This is your first time to, if ever, doing embossing? Oh, yes. I saw you were doing the dry embossing, right? It's okay. That is better than, buying all the things and not using them. So buy slowly. But I don't think you're... No. Okay, go for it, Caroline. Looking forward to, lots of new videos. Right? And Zell said, I've stamped my image ready for flat sheet episode. Woot woot. Okay, so I'm so happy Zell is able to join us for tonight. Yes, no worries. See, Zell is skipping other prompts, and that is absolutely fine. Right, absolutely fine, especially for like somebody like Zell who has 2 younger kids at this point, right? To find time for crafting might not be such an easy thing to do, right? So, hello, Zell. This is Zell's BFF, crafty BFF in real life and online, right? So, anyways, thank you so much. Now let's start, my friends. All right. So for today, okay. So again, that's how I come up with a lot of, so if ever, okay, who knows, maybe I'll create something. This might end up in my MCA on Sunday for Lynn's episode, because I'm part of the online guest for that day. This sentiments might end up in my project because it's already there. All right, so I'm going to make 3 cards. As you can see, okay, for the past 25 days of Stash Timber, I really didn't prepare. And I always let the guests, okay, or you guys, all right, our friends in the chat, choose what I'm going to use. But for tonight, I really am intentionally working with, my dear friend Lynn's release, because I have not done so, right? So there is no other choice. All right, so we'll have this one. Okay, so this one is going to be a big snow globe. This one is a combination of several snow globes. And this one is a snow globe with an interactive card. So I said we're going to do that the last one. All right. And since, for Christmas, normally I love doubling up my cards at the same time becoming a gift, right? And since this is like a snow globe, remember this set, Lynn included this very tiny but mighty item, which can turn, your snow globes or your shaker elements into ornaments that can be hanged on a tree, right? So you could probably even put in like the names of or the monograms of the people you want to send, the cards to, instead of, what I'm going to be doing today and decorating. All right. But of course, I do wanted to use, the papers as well from the bundle that I got. All right. So let's start with card number one. All right. So all the cards are going to be A2 size inspired cards. All right. So this is going to be the card base. Okay. So my card tops are just a plain silver cardstock. Okay. And one of the papers from the cozy, hold on, the cozy Christmas, okay, paper set. Okay, and I want to choose this one instead of this one. All right, and you will see why I wanted the trees with a white background instead of this one in a little bit. Okay, so there you go. That is going to be the base. So we're going to go back to that later. All right. So now what are the other pieces? Okay. So the other pieces that I have already cut, okay, to save us again with time. This is part of a 12 by 12. If you are familiar, of course, you guys are familiar with Hobby Lobby, right? So they did have like a sale. I was there 2 years ago. I bought this. But then I left it at my friend's house in Florida because I was overweight. I left about 4 paper pads, 12 by 12 paper pads, because I was super overweight. And then she sent it over a few weeks ago through her brother. All right, so I finally got it, and this was one of the designs of that. Stop, camera! Stop! All right. You're making us dizzy. All right. So, and then of course, I also already pre-cut, okay, this circular. Okay. If you can see, this fits the biggest circle, okay, of Lynn's die set. Okay. So I've already cut that. So you have that and that. All right. All right. And then you have this. All right. So that is going to be the back. This camera. Because I want it to become an ornament eventually, right? So I'm going to be giving it out as a card, but I will put in the sentiment that, yes, this also doubles up as an ornament, so you can remove it from the card and hang it onto your tree later. Thus, I also want the back to be a little bit, cute, so to speak. Oh my goodness. We are all going to have a headache with this camera. Okay, sorry about that. Tomorrow, I promise, I will update my app. All right, and then of course, this one. Okay, so that, the edge is nice. So, how did I create this one? Okay, so to create this one, my friends, all I did was to get, okay, the 2 bigger dies in the set. Okay, and then I just, got a washi tape. Okay, and then let's say pretend this is the paper, and then I just did like that. Okay, just made sure that everything's even, and then I cut through it, and you got this piece of border. All right, so that is how you create the border for your snow globe. All right, next, okay, of course, okay, the base. All right, so again, on a no shed glitter cardstock. Okay, so if you can see, yes, okay, so the die does cut this one, okay, so that eventually you can put it like so. All right, but there are some who actually remove that so they can have like a, like a full, like so. Okay, so it's up to you. All right, and then of course we do have, okay, like I think I was contemplating on which one to use, but I said since I decided to use silver eventually on my border, so I'm just gonna use the silver later on. So it's gonna go like that, right? And then the others will be elements that go inside the shaker. So I have this one. This guy is part of the ephemera pack, okay, that comes with, okay, where is it? Okay, hold on, my friends. Where is the actual, uh, I, I think I lost the, what this one is called. Okay, but anyways, so it's part of the cozy Christmas. Uh, you know me, guys. I just removed the white borders. Okay, you know what? I think I have to transfer and change cameras. This is making me, okay. Stay, stay. Like I'm talking to my pet. All right. So this guy, okay, I'll try not to move. So it's not gonna like try to move as well. Okay, and then remember this. Okay, so this is the die that I used to create this one. I just die cut through silver paper. And then I want to have like a look of, there's light inside. So I came up with like a gold strip of paper that would come at the back. Okay, but then I will also add lights later on. And then this one, okay, so this die set also came with this very tiny, small but mighty, card that you can create, your waves like this, okay, your mountain or your snow tops like that. Okay, so it depends on how which one you want to use. You can use this part, you can use that part, right? So there you go. Okay, I cut, okay, I non-shedding glitter silver paper. Okay, and then of course, since I want this to eventually be used as a ornament, so I also die cut two of this, so one in front and one at the back, okay, so that it can become an ornament. All right, of course, another, okay, I'm thinking if it is going to. All right, so guys, stay with me. All right, bear with me. I'm gonna transfer. Okay, you will lose my overhead cam for a bit, as I'm gonna transfer. Okay, I'm gonna change overhead cams live. So I removed it, right, and I'm gonna change it into my other camera. Okay, hold on. Okay, because it's making me crazy. All right, so bear with me, my friends. This is me tweaking live. All right. Okay. Anyways, you can still see me. I'm still here. Okay, it's just that my camera. All right, you do need to. Okay, let me see, and then I will just change this one to a different camera. Okay, hold on. Pardon, my friends. This is live. This is what happens, right? When you go live, it does happen. All right, so there you go. All right, so the other camera has a nicer, more vibrant look. Okay, but this one, that was going crazy on me. So we'll just tweak the lights over here. All right, so that, okay, I'm not too bright. All right, there you go. Okay, going back. We are back, right? So I hope you didn't get bored. All right, so now my question, my friends, is, okay, is it better, okay, which one do you like better? Okay, do you like him over there, okay, or still very bright? Okay. All right, or Mr. Snowman. Okay, so which one do you want? Okay, in my snow globe. Okay, this guy in a sweater, or Mr. Snowman. Okay, also from ephemera pack of Not Too Shabby, I just fussy cut the white borders. All right, so that's the one I need help with. Which one do you guys want? All right. And we have Enda. Yes, as his YouTube name suggests, he is into trading, my friends, stocks. So if you are interested to know more about that, okay, head on to my dear friend Enda's channel. By God's grace, Enda, no, it headed towards the first one was more on the northern part, and then this second one came from the south but moved a little bit away from us, so we are spared. But classes had been and offices had been suspended for the past couple of days. Thank you so much for asking. And Linda, hello, hello. Thank you so much for dropping by, my friends. Yes, everybody's saying hi to everybody. Art was one for my fave subjects in school, from t-shirt printing to pottery. Oh, see, I didn't know that about you, Enda. So that's why somehow you could understand, right? The community. Thank you so much, my friend. Exactly, me too, right? My kids did one time, but I have never tried. Yes, so nice to see you again, said my moderator daughter. Oh, really? Even without the wheel? But it was nicer with the wheel, right? Hi, Sammy from Vicky. Or buy a cheap wheel online. Great. Maybe in January or in 2026. Or maybe, who knows, maybe in Vlogmas. Okay, maybe we can bring Enda onto the channel finally, maybe one of these days, and make him craft along with us and do, pottery. What does that sound like to you, friend, in the Vlogmas for December? All right. Uh, oh, did you reset? Okay. Oh, okay, that's good. Oh, I didn't know that. All right. Thank you so much, Enda. All right, there you go. Hi, Enda from Wims. Okay, Barbara said snowman, snowman. Nobody liked the guy. I find him cute. All right, snowman indeed. Yes, I think that he's also perfect for this one. All right, okay. There's something wrong with my lighting. I don't like it. It's washed out. Okay, so let's see if this is better and improve this one like a little bit. All right, there you go. I've lost some details. Okay, earlier on. Everybody's still saying hi to everybody. I love it, you guys. All right. Okay, finally. All right, so we will continue on. Okay. So to create now our snow globe shaker card, okay, that would also double up, okay, eventually as an ornament, okay, because I plan to, when I give this, I want to also make it into a, an ornament, something that the recipient will, not use as just a card, but also as a as an ornament, okay, that he or she can use during the holidays, okay, if ever, okay, they do decorations or they do have like a tree. All right, so there you go. It kind of dried up up to now. I have to really, follow Vicky's advice. All right, I just keep forgetting Vicky. I just don't have that. Earlier today, I did have a meeting for PrintCon, right? So PrintCon is happening October 9, 10, 11 here in the Philippines. It's an face-to-face event, and I'm super happy and excited about it. So this one, I'm gonna layer this a little bit, okay? All right, so where are my strips? And then after that, I started preparing by, die cutting, stamping, doing all the things in preparation for today. I was like contemplating and doing everything live, but then I said, I might need maybe longer than 2 hours to finish this if I'm gonna do everything live. And so I decided to, do some prep work. Okay, so for this, and normally I would Oh, I forgot. I did die cut this snowflakes with silver paper. Yes, there is a snowflake die that came with the set. Okay, and then I stamp push here. Okay, and then layered it with a silver border, and I would put that on the stamp. I mean on the snowflake, and then put that on top of the part where we're supposed to push so that the light that we will be adding later would show. All right, so I'll remove that first and grab my anti-static powder. So when you have like, what do you call this? Foam tape inside your shaker box. Sometimes this might have like adhesives that might stick to your shaker elements later. So I try to put, an anti-static powder as well, just to make sure that if ever, okay, they won't get stuck, okay, onto, okay, the border like so. So I do have a little bit of a, opening over there. All right. And then I will put this in. Okay. So I will tuck it inside. Okay. And then I will put my Mr. Snowman over there like so later. Okay. But this will go flat. Okay. So this one I will snip. Okay. This so that it can fit. All right. Like so. Okay. And maybe do like that corner. All right, there you go. That will lay flat. Okay, and then I will put my snowman in between. Okay, but remember, I do want to put this over there, but I don't want to put it like exactly like, what do you call that? Attached directly to the house, or attached like this. I want to have like a little bit of a distance between it because I will be lighting the back, right? So if it's already attached, then the light doesn't have a way to pass through it. So I do want the light to pass through and illuminate that gold thing later on. So I will put, a tiny, okay, bit of what do you call this, foam onto the back of this one. Okay, and then attach it to the back of the house. Oh, am I doing it correctly? Or should that have been in the front? Oh yeah, wrong. Okay. See, I knew it. It's okay. Since I didn't actually... Okay. Okay. Alright, and then this one. Okay, and I will just remove the protective layer. Okay, and I will put that in. All right. Okay, like so. So that there is still, an opening of some sort over there. Okay. And then the tree. And then the rest of this one. Okay, and then I will attach it already. Okay, this is an idea I have. Let's see if it's gonna work. All right. Okay, so that is why, Enda, right? That you also like going through, our dear friend Matt. Matt has, because Matt is also, into woodworking and other crafty things, right? So, and then we'll put my snowman, Mr. Snowman, over there. Okay, and I will put this. Okay. So this is the fun part. This is the one from Pear Blossom Press. And it's already comes with the battery that you need. Okay, so this is a very common round battery. This is our CR 2016. Oh, not too. Oh, not too common. 24 is the common. CR 2016. So you will just where the positive is plus. All right. So that is the one that you put in first. All right. And then just push it in like so. And then there is a button there that you should press. And then this one would light up. Right. So now I just need to make sure that I am able to put that. Okay, and hide it. Okay, so now that's the thing. Okay, so maybe how am I gonna do that? All right, so we are gonna do that. So that. Okay. Okay, so let me just remove this one first. Okay, I should have thought of, that first before adding this foam tape at the back. So let me just tweak I'm gonna do this, right? So we need to put this at the back. All right, and so to do that, okay, so we need to make sure that we could see. All right, that we will be able to see that one. All right, so maybe, okay, I actually wanted this to be a little bit raised so that, light can pass through that one. But maybe I really have to forgo that because it's going to be harder for me to put this. But since this is silver on silver, I think that would be enough. Okay, to hide it. Okay, so I can put that over onto this one. All right, so the light is gonna go over there. So we do need to plan, right, where do we want to put the lights. So as you can see, you can still see the light, okay, there. I do this one. Okay. Now we can move back our. Where's the one I removed? Okay. So I can move back this one. Okay, so this is me talking to myself again, guys. You talk amongst yourselves for a while as I try to, figure this thing out. Okay. Trying to make sure that when I press it, no, but the light is over there. No. This is the one I didn't thought of. Okay. Probably this little part of this one first. Alright. Okay. So I need to have that light a little bit above. so that when we hit the press that button, okay, it will be there. Okay, not under. All right, so but then again, when that happens, we are gonna cut this. All right, and then cut this. All right, let me see. Ding. Okay, a little bit more. A little bit more. We have to rethink this. Okay. Now let me get a double-sided strip. So the battery is actually I mean, the light part is so easy to assemble. It's just like, where are you gonna put it? That's kind of tricky. In the sense that, of course, you want that certain kind of look. Right? So, and this is my first time to use this awesome. I think I'm gonna have to order or get more of this. This is super awesome. Okay, come on, double-sided. It's giving me a hard time. I go. Okay, let me change you. So how are you guys over there? Are you creating also a double-sided, I mean a shaker card today for our episode? Let me see. I do that. And then I do that. Okay. So Mr. Snowman will still go over there. Okay, no, I want it a little bit more up or above. Very OC, friends. There you go. There you go. There you go. Finally. Okay, I've gotten the place where I want it to go. Okay, now I will just put a double-sided adhesive onto this. Okay. And then I will tuck this in at the back. Okay, like so. Okay, and then I will put this snowman over there. There you go. Okay, so this part I will put an adhesive, and then on the back I will put a foam tape. Okay, so that is the part that, okay, that trying to determine how to put or where to put the lights. Okay, so that is where I kind of took a little bit of time. Okay, and then we are just gonna put this. All right. Of course, we are going to put this one first. Okay, and put that over there like so. Okay. Okay. So first, let's put in my very, very thin. Where did I put it? Okay, my 1/8 of an inch, or 1/16 of an inch. Washi. Where did I put them? Again. Oh, here. Found it. All right. I do have this very, 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 very tiny. Okay. Strip. This is okay. This is a Sukwang brand. So this one goes on top of the acetate. Okay, there are so many ways to do the shaker. Some of us use like pouches, like the one from like my favorite thing. No, not my favorite thing. Pink and Main, right? So it's easy. You just put it in the pouch and then attach it. Okay. And then it's done. But I don't have those kinds. And earlier, I think T for the Not Too Shabby shop for she did show you how to make a flat card, but it's also a shaker one, right? So if you have not checked that out, it's on the Not Too Shabby channel. Okay, so T showed us how to create a shaker card that is kind of flat, right? So no need for foam tapes and stuff like that. Okay. So this one though, there. So that's the one I'm gonna put on top of that one. Okay. Okay, and then from the other part of the acetate towards this one, it's gonna be a foam tape. The thing with foam tape, it's easy to move it around the circle rather than just a flat double-sided tape. But I do like, because it's an acetate, right? So our regular adhesives that I use won't stick to that one because it's non-porous. So that's why I'm using a double-sided adhesive to attach this part of, the borders onto, okay, my acetate. Okay, it's kind of doing it again, my camera, but not as bad as the other one. All right, so now we're gonna just attach it to. Okay. There you go. Okay, so let's just clean a bit. So to remove our. All right, there we go. Okay, now I just need to put some of my oh, did I lose you guys? I hope not. So, of my, no, not this one. We need the foam tape. Get the foam strips. There you go. Okay, so from here, all right. Let me see. Okay, so we want to make sure that our shaker elements are not gonna fall out, okay, of our, okay, circle. Okay, there you go. That is okay. Okay, and then we have a few more. Yes, please do talk amongst. Oh, we have Blossom. Feel better soon, Barbara. Oh, Barbara left. All right. Feel better soon, Barbara. I think it's the changing of the weather, right? So normally when we change from one season to another, right? So we do feel that the change can make some people feel not well. Okay. Okay. I should have thought of this better. Okay. Earlier. Okay. Okay, so I have to just make sure that this part, okay, is also covered. Otherwise, our shaker bits might, fall out from under. Okay. All right, and then we're just going to remove that. This one to that one. Okay, we're gonna go like that. Okay, but before we close that, before we actually close it, all right, so let's put in, okay, some of our shaker bits. Okay, so this, since this is going to be snow, but these are kind of big ones. Let's see if it's, scatter it a bit. Or would it be better if I put in this one? All right, so let's try that one because this is kind of big. All right, so let's try this glitter from Creatology. Okay, so it does look kind of like snowy. I just hope that, remove a bit. Okay, let's see. Woo! Okay, so let's just put them all in the middle first. Okay. Oops. I forgot to put in the double-sided inside that's gonna be flat. Okay, remember the flat side inside. Okay, I also have to put a double-sided adhesive on that one so that it's gonna stick to that silver. Hopefully this works. Otherwise, this is probably gonna be, it's not the product's flaw, it's the designer's flaw. All right, there you go. In that case, that would be moi. All right, so, all right. Okay, so there goes your snowy background. Okay, tis the season. All right, and then when the light's still lighting up and the snow is still there. Whew, that was okay. All right, so and then we are going to, okay, tuck that in, but since it's a little bit, okay, so I think it's best if we just remove this part. Okay, and then we're just going to like do like that. All right. Okay, but first, let us put the Merry Christmas onto the front. Where is my foam? Okay. Again, another foam. Okay, I like the foam because it can follow that curve path. No worries. Okay. And then we will just attach this onto this one. Okay, so it says Merry Christmas. All right, and then we will now add a double-sided adhesive because this is a non-porous surface because that is acetate. Right, so we're gonna attach this onto acetate. Okay, with a double-sided adhesive. Okay, and then eventually attach this to the card. Okay, using, there you go. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, of course I must put this one. All right, to make sure, right? I'm going to put this one onto there. Okay. I'm going to attach that. Okay, and then I'm going to put, okay, push here. Okay, onto that one. Okay, so that the person knows that they need to push that so that they can see the light. All right, or whatever it is, they need to push it and then it will be revealed. Wow, if I push it, there is a light, right? Yes, if they push it, they will see a light. Okay, come in and it will shine, right? So I'm using the die cut of a snowflake. Okay, this also came from the die set, okay, of the snow globe. Okay, so again, okay, so that is where it is. So I'll make sure that I attached it over there. So I'd say push here, push here, push here, push here, right? So there you go. Okay, now we will just attach it to our card. Okay, let me just clean up, okay, my mess, a little bit of mess over here so that we can, okay, finish off our card. Okay. Okay, there you go. All right, so let's finish off this card. Okay, and then I'll go back to the chat. So imagine if I didn't do the stamping, the die cutting, and all of those things prior, we'd be here till past noon. What do you think? All right, so all right. Okay, so that's the opening. That's correct. Okay. All right. So that's why I said I wanted it to be okay. All right. So we are going to make this one. Okay. So so this one's not gonna be an ornament, but would have been nice if it was, because it's huge, right? But maybe what you could do, if you want that, you'd put in a Velcro instead. So you could remove the Velcro and then they could attach it. Okay. So there you go. Alright. Okay, maybe we need to attach one more. Okay, foam over there. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's not even. Hold on. Okay, where is even? Even. We want to make it even. Okay, guys, sleeping?
Oh, I use the bow. I gotta figure out how.
Be careful with my cameras. Okay.
Oh.
All right, there you go. All right, so push here. Push. Okay, ching. All right, and there goes our shaker bits inside, and there's the Tis the Season. All right, so we just need to make it, okay, flatten it, because it's not kind of flattened. All right, there you go. Okay, so that's our card number 1. Okay, so maybe we could put it a little bit more up, right? Okay, it's still not, okay, let me see. Let me put it a little bit more up. Okay. A little bit more over there. Okay. And then this one over here. Oh, what happened to our lights? Okay, I lost my, oh my gosh, did you somehow, no, I lost my video.
I don't think I was the one who did that. I think.
Oh no, guys, I lost my,
Oh no, I passed in the back.
okay, I can't see. My camera is lost. My video is lost. Can you still see me? I can't even see that. Okay, let me check. Okay, I can see it on, but I don't have the video though. I lost access to the, there you go. I'm back. I don't know what happened. It's just that the video suddenly, okay. Anyway, push here. Push here. Okay, so that is, wow, I think I want to put lights on all of my cards now. That is super awesome. All right. So where will you put that one? That was the first one. So let me just put now all of my went on to the other side. All right. So this is what live is. Right. So okay, let me put this down below. So I am using a dual monitor. So now everything went back to the other monitor. So I'm putting back them all back to the other monitor because for some weird reason my other monitor decided to reboot itself. So I lost everything. I lost video, I lost the chat. I took it. Blossom! And Vicky also. Oh, sorry, I wasn't able to say bye to Vicky. I need to go. Thank you. I will catch the rest. Yes, yes. Okay, hope you guys are okay. Again, welcome, Blossom. Okay, what about Zell? Okay, Barbara left. And also Vicky. All right. We can. Okay, thank you so much, my friends. I turned mine on my PC. You lost. All right, thank you, my friends. Okay, now it's back. All right, moving on to our next shaker card. All right, so this one, okay. All right, so this one, it's going to be, okay. So remember, we used that side of the card. This time, we're going to use this part. Okay, the other side. All right, and then I'm gonna mat it with gold and silver as okay. There are different colors that will be coming into this one. Okay, so I'm gonna be using in one of them. Okay, mistletoe and kisses, and then on the other one would be okay. Hold on, would be all right. So this one, okay. Alright. That one. Okay, so I am using a font that came from a different that one came from a different die set. All right. So and then the other one has a love. Okay, that's gonna go onto that one. So it will have like three different shaker thing, and then I'm gonna put them all on that one. Let's see if I can fit all of them, and I'm gonna put the lights somewhere in between them. All right, so let's go. Let us start. Okay, so for this one, okay, so we will just attach, okay, this one. So guys, do you like shaker cards or interactive cards, or do you find them too bothersome or tedious to, to kind of work with, right? So it does take a little bit of more time to work with, but I like that, I like the reveal, right? So when it's all done, right? So I do love it. Okay, so everything that's kind of, the one that took time for you to finish it, it was, it's gonna be all super worth it, right? So put it there. All right. So, but the thing with this one, okay. All right. So this one I'm going to attach it, but barely. All right. So the nice thing about this pear blossom press pouches, all right. Oh, what? It's going to my stash onto the side. Is that it? So you know what? Maybe I'm doing a shortcut with my hands that's making it, because this is an AI camera, right? So that is making it go somewhere, right? So let me see if this is going to work. Okay, let me see what it looks like. Okay, okay. That works. All right. So we're just going to remove the, okay, what do you call this? the double-sided covering of the cover. Okay, like so. All right, and then where is that part? Okay, there you go. So that part. All right, so I'm gonna go and put this part. Oh, I should have placed it. Okay, there you go. This is the part where I knew I was gonna mess up. Okay, so instead of putting it in the middle, I should have placed them here already. All right, that should have been the case, Lala. And then you could have closed it like so. There you go. All right. Okay. And then I'm just going to close that with this one. All right. Okay. And to do so, I will use a foam tape because that is the easiest to do. Okay. To close it. It's already closed because it's already flat attached onto, okay, that one. So this is because that one was big. This one is a pear blossom press pouch. So it does have an adhesive already on that one. The other one, the big one I used earlier on, did not have. So I had to, cut and, attach it. And it was hard because it was kind of big. And then, of course, it's a circle. You know how it is with a circle. Okay. All right, there you go. And then now we will just simply attach this border. Whoop. Okay. Gonna make sure I don't make a mistake. All right. Okay. And whatever is excess, I will cut that. All right, so that is the first part. Okay, so the wish part. Okay, and then I'm gonna cover that. Okay, and make it into this. Turn that into that. All right, so first, let us adhere another, okay, foam. Okay, onto the because we want it to be thick. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay. Now we are gonna cover this one with this. Okay. Okay, and then we're gonna put the other. All right. Okay, so that's one down. Okay, so we have, okay, so for this one, it's very easy because it's just going to be, okay, the sentiment. Okay, but I do want, okay, so maybe for the mistletoe, let's add a bit of this. Okay, just a little bit. Okay. So again, I'm going to make the same mistake I did earlier on. Okay, so we put it in the middle like so. Oh, but first, let me attach that one. I go. Ay, go Lala. Okay. Of course, you have to attach this one first. Okay, so attach your sentiment first. Okay, so this one I stamped and heat embossed. All right, and then we're gonna put a little bit of the shaker bits. Okay, that's a little bit of a different color this time. All right, and then we're gonna close it with this one. This is again from Pear. Okay, Pear Blossom Press. Okay, so their shaker pouches already has a double-sided adhesive. You just have to release the paper, and then like so. Make sure that everything, the shaker bits are inside, like so, and you cover it up like so. Okay, there you go. Okay, and then, okay, what you now need to do is just to cover it up with this one. Okay, and then again, we will just, put the, what do you call that? We will just put the, this one, the holder, to make it an ornament. Okay, so that the one who's gonna get the card can also hang it. Okay, on the tree. Am I okay? Is the lighting okay? Okay. I'm seeing it from my other monitor, but it's kind of dark. Here it's kind of bright. Here it's kind of dark. So, which is it really, my friend? My monitor friends. Okay. All right, and finally, we will, after this, okay, our interactive shaker, right? So we're doing 3 things today. All right, okay. Of course, all of them, okay, will have lights. All right, so this one goes over like that. All right, just like so. Can I fit 3 into here for real? All right, I think I can. You know what, maybe just 2, because maybe 3 is way too cramped. If I put one more and then one more like that, right? It's too cramped for an A2 card. Yeah. So probably we'll just do 2. All right. So, and then just like what I did earlier on, all you need to do is put in the battery where the plus sign is, right? And then I will just put that in the middle of this 2, and probably will put like my snowflake symbol over onto that one later, and it says press here, but will it show? When I was trying it earlier, kinda. All right, let me see. Oh, okay. So I do need to lift it a little bit. So both of them has to be lifted. Okay, got it. All right, but let's put in, okay, this part of our shaker element first. Okay, I thought I could fit in 3, but now that I'm looking at it, I think it's too cramped, right? To fit in the 3. If it's just an A2 card, friends. What do you think? Okay. Okay. Huh? All right. So it's gonna look like that. And then I wanted to put like a string. Where are my strings? Gotta be golden. Right? So we will put our golden string onto our ornament. All right, and then we're gonna put it like so. Okay, hold. Okay. Okay. And then we're gonna do it like so. And then we're gonna do the same thing onto the other one. And then we're just gonna tuck that in at the back. So it's like they're hanging, right? It does take a while to put or to make the cards. But again, as I said, it's super worth it. I'm sure the one who's going to receive it will also appreciate like how fun the card is gonna be with all the lights and then all the interactivity and stuff, and that you can get it after and they can hang it onto the tree. You can even put like a sentiment at the back, right? And this one too, because this one, okay, both of which, okay, this one has a clear snow. This one has like red and white mistletoe and kisses, right? So okay, so let's just put this in a card base first before we clean my table again. Okay, and start with our third and final card, but not the least, hopefully, of our cards for today. Right? So since I made a lot of sentiments already, so expect that I definitely am going to be using this. I'm going to be creating more shaker cards, okay, for the holidays, as I myself love receiving, interactive cards. Receiving cards of any kind is really, such a wonderful thing to happen. But when you actually receive, oh, forgot. I'm supposed to tuck it in. Okay, anyways, since I already attached, okay, so we're just gonna have to do a hack of some sort. Okay, so this one we are going to just use, okay, just a snip. Okay, nothing too, okay, because they will have to remove that eventually so that they can use it. Okay, so it's just like a repositionable, okay, kind of. All right, and then okay, so it doesn't have to be. All right, and we're gonna do something like that, and we're gonna tuck this in under. Okay, and then we're gonna put the snowflake, and then we can see the lights under. Can't be seen. It's not too obvious. All right, so let me see. It's like that. Let me see. See, this part is the one that's always making me have a difficulty where to put it so that it will have a light on. Okay. Do I have The other one is wish, and the other one is mistletoe and kisses. Oh, okay. I have to make it double height. Height, because I'm putting it on top of the other one that is also already. Okay. All right, let me see. All right. Okay, and then this one will have to go where? Okay, and also will act as a kind of a base. All right, there you go. It's gonna go underneath over there, and then, all right, okay, it's gonna go like that. Okay, so this time we are going to put, okay, I really don't want it to be too secured because this is going to be removed eventually. All right, so I will tuck that inside. Where did I put my double-sided, very, very thin ones? Okay. All right. Okay, and then this one. Okay. I am getting, okay, sticky tape. Okay, and then we're gonna cut this one. Okay, and then I will just have to cover that with another cardstock later. Okay. So this one has to go under like so. Okay, and then we're gonna put snowflakes. Okay, several snowflakes under here. And then we're gonna put press here. And I'm trying to look for my double-sided adhesive. Okay, I'm running out of the 1/16, the very, very, very thin ones. Okay, maybe I might use this for MCA. I don't have enough. Okay. Here. All right. We do want that underneath or on top of the two snowflakes, right, that we have. All right, so we are going to cover, all right, this one. That one. Okay, so we will okay, so there are, out of the three, the two are just like this, just like it's flat. So one end will have a light. Okay, so you do have to plan, right, where you want to put that light in. In this case, I didn't want to put it in any of the lights, but I wanted it to somehow also do a bit of a lighting when it's still attached. Okay, so when you're like, okay, so you will see that. Then we will just put this under, all right, so that, okay, so we will put foam, double foam tape on the both side, and we will insert it in between, okay, the two one. Okay, hopefully the last one is the easiest. Okay, all right, and then we are going to, okay, run it like so. All right, and then just say, all right. Okay, so push here. All right, so it's gonna look like that. All right, so this is our first card. Okay, that says push. Okay, so the lights of the house, the snowman in the background lights up. This one, okay, so you have two, okay, like Christmas balls that can be removed and hang onto the tree. So I will put that as part of what do you call this? The sentiment inside. Okay, but here it also says push here. All right, and if you push here, you will see a light peeking over there. All right, so those are our two cards thus far. All right, so let me just go back to the chat if you guys are still here. Whew. Okay, let me see. It is really a pretty card stock, right, Barbara? Okay, who? I thought Barbara left already. Who left? Yes. Okay. 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 Maybe she's still here. Yes, because it's kind of take a lot more time. Yes, there you go. The more you do it, the easier you get. Okay, the only thing that somehow kind of stumped me with this is the fact that there's the light. Okay, I think I have not thought of the light where I want to put it exactly until just now. I said, oh, okay, you know what? In my mind, it's going to just put it somewhere where okay, so it would be nicer if you actually have thought about it more. But if you can see, it is, it is nice, right? So let me see. Let me just clean a little bit. Okay, the push here, we're still gonna use that, and a little bit more of snowflakes. All right, so let's just clean my table a little bit more. And now we are going to work with our last. Okay, it's a combination shaker and interactive card, and this is the one that's where I use this super awesome, like a halo one. See, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you put it like, say, like there, right underneath, so the whole, like the snow globe, right, so the whole thing, let's just pretend it's over there. Okay, it's already attached. Okay, and it's there, and then look at what's gonna happen. Okay, come on, come on. Okay, so I'm not yet attaching it, but right. So how awesome is that? This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it goes around, right? So that's why I said, okay, I'm gonna put it over here in my last, okay, interactive card. Because this one, okay, also, okay, let me just pull this out first so we'll have more space. All right. So this opens up like that, right? So what I'm gonna do is, of course, this is part of the cozy Christmas paper from the Not Too Shabby shop. All right, and then where is the back part of this one? Okay, I already also pre-cut that paper. Okay, but somehow I don't know where I placed it. Did I lose it? Okay, anyways, it should have been there. I'll just cut another one, right? And then there should be strips of paper that go over there and over there of the same design. Hold on, friends. I might have placed it. Let me see. It must have gotten mixed up with the other cards that came with it that I cut. All right, so this is not it. This is not it. Oh, is this it? Oh, yes, that's it. Okay. And then, so it got mixed up. Okay, and then, is this the one? All right, and then is that the one? And then there's another bigger one. Okay, the thicker one goes over there. All right, I found them. Whew! It's a good thing I didn't put this back, because you see, I don't throw anything, even if they're like strips like this, because it can still be used, right? So I'll just put them in a baggie like so. So these are the pattern papers of this card. So so now I accidentally placed the front of the card back onto this one. Hi, go Lala. All right, so there you go. All right, and then we're gonna put that, and then that, and then we're just going. I fussy cut some of the elements. Okay, the ephemera from the cozy Christmas, right? So, and then I'm gonna decorate those. Okay, and then for this part, okay, so that goes to the decoration part. Okay, so this one is gonna be this. Okay, so let me just figure this one out first. Okay. All right, that is going to be that one. And then we're gonna cover that with this. Okay. I'm gonna cover that with that. I'll attach that over there. Then I'll put this here. Okay, and then I'm gonna put that over there. Okay, and then I'm gonna put this over there. I'm gonna close that. And then what was my sentiment for the bear? Is it gonna be hello winter? Could be. We're just gonna cut it because it's too big. All right, so that's how it is going to look like. All right, so let's start with this one first. Okay, so we are going to attach that one. Again, it's easier if we use this one. Okay, I'm using my foam because it's easier to attach it. And then these are the Pear Blossom Press pouches, which already has like a double-sided tape attached to its back, so it's very easy to close it. And since it's like the brand is 3M, I think, so it is a very nice quality double-sided foam tape, so you're assured that your elements are not gonna fall down or fall off. Okay, so by the way, friends, tomorrow is day 27th, and we are doing double stuff tomorrow. We are doing our faith journaling as well as day 27, and I will be joined by my dear friend, of course, Jay, during the live stream. And I hope that you could join Jay and I for that episode. All right, so I told Jay, just use any unused stamp you have. Oh, definitely I have. Yes, absolutely. I'm sure Jay has a lot of, things that he has not used just yet. Okay, just waiting to be used. Okay, together with our faith journaling episode tomorrow. All right, so that's going to be at the same time. So I hope that you could join Jay and I.
Okay, for our monthly collaboration. Okay, this time around, we take turns hosting it. This time around, I'm the host. Okay, so he will be jumping in here. All right, and next month, I definitely will be on his channel. So normally it's at the end of the month. Okay, so the last Saturday of the month. Okay, there you go. That's why those, shaker pouches are such a blessing. Otherwise, you have to do it like this way, my friends. And it's takes a while to do this. So that's why a lot of people sometimes they like, the okay, I already attached as well the battery. All you need to do is to make sure that you have this pressing mechanism. Okay, you know where it is, so that you can put like a note to say like press here, so the recipient would know where to press, right? So this is something that's really very awesome. I'm sure no matter who gets it or receives it will be like, wow, right? Because there are many, not many, okay, if ever, okay, there is one in, other countries where you can find cards that actually light up like this. And if there are any, I'm sure it's gonna cost like an arm and a leg, right? It is going to be very expensive, right? And this one, it's so, you know how it is. We love, doing the, what they call this, appreciating the fact that we are able to, okay, we are able to experiment and do things and do, stuff. Okay. So the thing is, this one, see, it's like in my choice of design today, it's like, okay, this is nice. But then again, look, there's a hole. I wanted the back to be seen. But in doing so, okay, if I put my shaker bits in there, all right. So, but you know what? Maybe you don't need to put a shaker bit in this one, because it's going to have anyway that one, right? So that's going to be the main part of that one. Okay, I get it. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me think. Let me think. I'm still thinking. But if I die cut a what do you call this? An acetate, and close this with an acetate, I can still see that one and have a shaker as well, right? Okay, but that means I need to die cut. So I think I will die cut so that I can have, so that I can close that part. Okay, I can close this part. So I need a big circles. Okay, where are my circles? Oh, the circle. Okay, the circle. Okay, there you go. The circle. What am I doing? What am I looking at? The circles. All right, so we're gonna die cut. We're gonna die cut an acetate. Okay, so that we can close that part of the back and still have shaker bits on top. All right, so we're gonna do a win-win situation. Okay, I will still have that design thing I wanted where I could see the back, right? So it's not gold, so I can still see that green background, but at the same time, I could put shaker on top of Mr. Bear over there. And when I do that, it could also light up, right? So I will just die cut this, my dear friends. All right, so I will just pass it through. Okay, my die cutting machine. Okay, let me see where is. All right, so we will just, okay, run this through. Okay, hold on. Okay, more of it, friends. Okay, I am just running my, what do you call, the circle through the die. All right. Okay, let me see. Hopefully it did cut through perfectly. All right, so there you go. Okay, it did. All right. So, okay, let's just remove the plates. All right, so a little part of it didn't exactly. Okay, I will just, okay, die cut. Cut. Okay, so the washi tape got stuck to it. All right, so that's our, okay, acetate that I will now attach to the back of that, right? So that I can put shaker bits, okay, at the back of him or on top of him. Okay. So as I said, it's a win-win. Right? So it's a win-win situation. Okay, the reason I'm using double-sided is because, of course, this is a non-porous. I'm going to attach an acetate, which is, of course, a non-porous material. Therefore, I cannot use my liquid glue, okay, which is my Barely Art. I am using instead, okay, my double-sided tape so that I could cover, okay, the back of this with an acetate, like so. Right, so I'm gonna cover it with this one. Okay, and then it's covered already, right? And so I can put this and put like shaker bits on top of it. And then the rest would just be decorating my interactive card. By the way, my interactive card is, I used the interactive card die cut that's from Sizzix. Okay, if you have been following me for a while, you know that I've used that several times already for some of my, especially for my cards, my KCC hops. All right, so there you go. Ching! Come on, Bear. You're such a cute bear. All right, I'm gonna put that over there. Okay, and this one does have an adhesive already. Okay, so let me see. So this is kind of like snowflakes, right? So probably let's put in some snowflakes. All right, hopefully the snowflakes, okay, would, okay, you know what? Maybe I need to attach the head of, okay, my bear so that the snowflakes later won't get stuck to his head. Right? So let me see. First, I should have done this earlier. I just realized that, you know what, I need to put a double-sided adhesive at the back of his head so that, okay, when I put the snowflakes, okay, they don't get stuck. Okay, not too much. Okay. Because we don't want them to cover him just a bit. Okay. All right. Okay, and then we will just open this one. Okay. Where is my poke tool? I can easily remove this. Okay, so poke tool, poke away. Right, there you go. Removed. All right, and then, okay, I'm gonna close in on my Pear like so. Ta-da! And then I'm just gonna add that. Okay, so you know what? That's not gonna turn this into an ornament anymore. So I'm just gonna snap that one. All right, so that. All right, there we go. Okay. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. All right. So. Okay. We will now just remove this ones. Okay. And attach our bear. Okay. Okay. We'll attach our bear, our Mr. Bear. Okay, onto our just like so. Okay. Stuck that in. All right, and then we will now put that one. Okay, so we will again snip this off so I can tuck or I can hide perfectly. Okay, that one. All right, there you go. Okay, so where is the... Okay, so we do need to cover that one, but at the same time cover up this one. So how am I gonna do that? Because I see that part. If I left it like so, then this part is gonna see. So I do that. Yeah. Alright, so that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna put foam adhesive one to over there, and this one will be you do the same thing, friends. It's like you talk to yourself when you're crafting. Right, there we go. Okay. Alright, now the thing is that part is gonna be seen. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like that, and then we're gonna put our snowflakes over there. Let's put the Hello Winter first. See, everything has a solution. Don't give up. Right, so this is meant to be like over there. I was supposed to cut it, but no, don't worry, because I can always put it like so. Right, and then this is where it's supposed to, like, you know, you're supposed to press. Okay, but we will attach some foam onto here to support our that part. will put this, the push here. Okay. Okay, we will put it over there. And then we will put the push here. Okay, let's put another one. Okay, to hide. Okay. And then we're gonna put the push here. I go. Okay. Over on that side. I'm super excited to actually go to Caroline's channel and do those pens and learn how to do it properly. You will love it as well, my friends. It's super awesome. You know, a nice change from card making, right? So those pens are so cute. Okay. Oops, it's not there. Where is it? It's over here. All right, it's over here. Where is it? Okay, it's over there. It's over there. Okay, it's over there. Okay. So we're gonna put this one over here. Flatten. See, why not just make one card, Lala? Why do you have to make so many cards? I don't know. I just like. Aren't you the same? It's like, you know, since I have everything out, I said, why not make like 3 different cards, right? So let's just put all the base this first, and then we will decorate like crazy. All right, so I just added this in the middle of those to make have that continuity with the design. All right, and then this is okay, this one's no longer part of the suggested one for this one, but I wanted it also so that whether you're looking at the front or at the back, it still looks nice, right? So whether it's like this or like that, right? And then this actually fits in an A2 size card. All right, and then we can just simply, you know, attach this onto that one. Okay, so let's just make sure that it is attached really well, as it's a little bit heavy because of our light mechanism. All right, so on top of the double-sided, we will just add a bit of wet adhesive to strengthen it. So, all right, and then we're just gonna add a little bit more. Okay, and then we are going to do like so. Push. Yeah. Oh, it's so cute, my friends. All right, and now we just need to decorate the rest of our card, which is going to be very easy. Okay, as I will do just a little bit of, you know, a little bit of clustering. See, I chose some elements that are, of course, part of that is nice and, you know, works with, you know, Christmas. Okay. but I will still not cover up the, what do you call this? Cover the heart. I still want to have that heart be seen, right? And you can still see them peeking through. All right, and this one will be like there. Okay, so a hearty cup of hot choco with marshmallow. Yes, perfect for the winter season, right? All right, and then we can, add some more elements of winter, okay, onto, our, okay, maybe this one over there. Oh, the adhesive didn't work. Oh, okay, and then a little bit of, this heart over there. So this is the easy part where you just basically cluster in everything, right? And I think that's done. All right, so this is our interactive card, right? So you can put it as a desk topper as well, right? So it's a nice table decoration as well. And then at night, right? So if they push it like that, ta-da! Right? And then you still have some snowflakes inside as well, right? And then you have that, and then you have that, and then you have the marshmallow over there. So what a perfect and beautiful, shaker interactive. Okay, light up. It's like oohs and ahs all around for these cards, if ever. Right? So I love them. It took me a while to finish them though. Right? So 9, 10, 11. Right? Still 2 hours and 20 minutes. And I already did prepare for it. Right? So I've already die cut all the different parts. Okay, how about this one? This one is this one. All right. So you see this is a different shaker element. That's swish. Right? And then I added this one. This one can be removed. Okay, and actually be hang on the tree as an ornament, and that it says press here, and then you will see that it has that light up element over there. And finally, the first one, okay, is our actual snow globe, okay, where you can just, I'm following my, it's the opposite. I'm now following my camera. All right, so there you go. I hope that you had as much fun as I had, all right, in creating this 3 pop-up cards. Okay, pop-up interactive card and shaker cards. Okay, hold on. Let me just go back to the chat, which I have not gone through in about 30 minutes. Okay, the ornaments are all so pretty. Hold on, my friends. I just need a drink. Okay, where is this from? See, that's the season to be jolly. Okay. No, that's that's scary. I might bump it. All right. Thank you so much, Barbara. I thought Barbara was supposed to be leaving earlier. Okay. Let me see. All right. Thank you. They're so pretty. Yes. 2 is good. Okay. Yes. Imagine how in the world did I ever thought that 3 can fit into an 8? Anyways. Okay. Catherine. There you go. I remember. Okay. Anti-Caffeine Crafts is our dear friend Catherine. Okay. Hello. Hello, Catherine. I remember. Yes, right. So if you love dimensional cards, right, and you're not gonna mail it, you're gonna just give it out because this might probably cost a little bit more to ship. But if you do want a shaker card still but flat, again, T, Not Afraid of Color, okay, on Not Too Shabby's channel did just a video, I think just a few hours ago, and check that out because that's flat. Okay, just a a tiny bit thick, but not like it's not gonna add to your shipping. What do you do with the cards you make on lives, Lala? All right, so most of the time I give it away. Right, but we do have a print con coming up. Okay, that's on October 9, 10, and 11. And if you are gonna be there, okay, I do have some treats for those who's gonna be there and a loot bag. Okay, so please don't forget to register. I will show that in a little bit. It's free. The event is absolutely free, and I will also be teaching craft classes, and there will be booths also where you can. Okay, so when you register and you go there, right? So as long as you have to scan some stuff, all right? So that you will go to my what do you call this? Either my YouTube or my Instagram. Okay, and then once you show me that you've actually followed or something like that, you get a loot bag. And then in the loot, you have a make and take, right? So either you can have something personalized, whether it's a notebook, it's a shirt, it's a cap, it's a mug, right? So you can do that live during the event. And of course, you can also take the different classes that we have that's going to be there for the whole duration of the event. There's so many things happening, right? So how about you guys? What do you do with your cards? So I do know that a lot of us, Catherine, they donated, okay, and some during the holiday season, like now where craft fairs abound, some of them they actually sell some of those during those events, but a whole lot of us actually don't. But I think we should, right? So let's see if we can come up with something like a virtual card fair. I don't know. Yes, it's Catherine with a C, right? There you go. This idea would also be cute for a scrapbook layout. Absolutely, right? And even for like a gift bag, right? So as I said, normally I want it to be not just, after reading and then. So normally I would love to put in something that they can remove or they can still use, right? So for other purposes, right? So again, this one I like because, for the rest of the duration of the holidays, they can put it like in their mantle or something like that. And when people say, push here, what will they do? Push. And then all right. So again, it gives people joy, right? And Linda saying hi to you, my friend, as well. Yes. Caroline and Catherine, both with a C, okay? Yes, my crafty adventures and Auntie Caffeine Crafts. Oops, we have Jamie. Hi, Jamie. Yes, we have been, Jamie. We created 3 different cards, okay, with it, right? So this one, okay, so this one. Okay, and of course, this one. Okay, combination, interactive, okay, at the same time, snow globe. And this too can be removed and made or used as an ornament as well, whoever is going to receive it. All right, so not too shabby, my friends, is in the chat. Say hello, that's Jamie, right? And if you are not yet familiar with Not Too Shabby, maybe it's your first time because you're not from the US and you have not seen them just yet. Okay, Not Too Shabby. You still have 26 and 7 to 8 and 9. 4 more days, right, to join our mood board challenge, right? So go to the nottoshabbyshop.com, go to the blog, go to the September mood board challenge, and all you need to do is just look at the color palette or look at the theme for this month, which is coffee, and who is not, a lover of coffee in the community, and create something, create a card, just one card if you do not have any of the Not Too Shabby products just yet. But if you have any of their products and use them for the cards, then you can submit 3. And of course, you can get a chance to win $15 GC that you can use to buy on the Not Too Shabby shop. So, okay, this is a monthly thing, my friend. So I hope that you could join us as well.
I'm back. Wim said, done eating. Good. Yes, Barbara, thank you so much. And Barbara, see you hopefully tomorrow or on Lynn's MCA on Sunday. Craving satisfied. And Laurie, the cards all turned out so pretty. Thanks, Laurie. Although I did struggle. Again, one thing, if ever there is something I could suggest, okay, is that since it's the first time I worked with, the halo, pear blossom press lights for cards, they're super awesome. But you need to plan ahead. Like, make sure this. I was thinking, oh, they're so easy to use. I can just, insert them anywhere. Yes, you can, but it would be nicer if you would think ahead. Like, include them in the planning. Where are you supposed to put it? Not just like what I did today, where I didn't know where I'm going to put it. I know it has to be there somewhere, right? So, thinking ahead, planning ahead, and incorporating it into your overall design would even be better. But even if we did not plan ahead, still we were able to do it. So that's how awesome and easy it is to use all of these products together, right? So yes, Barbara, please do feel better, my friend. The bear, right? It's so cute. Oh, thank you so much, Samantha. Hello, hello. Thanks for dropping by because we enjoy watching it, Samantha. Oh, my dear friends, you are all so gracious. I'm so grateful to you all. Thank you so much, Jamie. Although I did make a lot of mistakes, but it's okay because that's how we learn. As I said, in this lives, remember, I lost my video, my camera went going bonkers on me, but don't let that tech stop you. Just continue on, as you said, right? So we love encouraging each other. Thank you so much. Howdy, Jamie from Blossom. All right, Catherine said, I would put the shaker cards in some cardboard if I sent it. Great idea, because maybe by the time it reaches the recipient, the battery, if it gets squished, right? Thank you so much, Catherine. That is a great idea, right? So maybe put something in between so that they won't accidentally like hit, or probably come up with a way where, but no, you don't want them to add additional work by putting in the batteries, right? Okay, I think that's the best, okay? Try to package it in a way, maybe put it in a, I don't know how, but we can think of it, right? So that they won't accidentally get pressed and use up all the batteries. But at any rate, even as is, they're very cute, right? But when you say push here, right? Push here, right? Of course, it's a super added awesome thing, right? Now I want to have lights on all my cards. My friend Tamika sending smiles collects cards from the autistic community. If anyone is interested in making some. All right, Caroline, thank you. If you could give me some links to that so that the next episode we could, especially now that it's the holidays. So for us, normally we do have this, a friend of ours in the community asks us for, let's say, everyone, okay, who wants to donate, and then they give us a specific name and of an orphan, okay, and then we like really write the name of the orphan in the card, so that because the nuns who actually take care of the orphanage that we give those cards to, okay, they said that most of the time the orphans would really appreciate it if they see their names, because probably most of them have never even received a card from anybody in their entire life. So it really is something that would really make them, smile and happy on top of, the gifts that they receive. So that is actually one of the advocacies of one of our dear crafty friends here in the community. She is not just super generous, but really has a heart of gold as well. So this thing that Caroline is sharing is awesome. Hi, Jamie from Wims. Yes, and hi, Blossom as well. All right. So again, these are all the 3 cards. I wanted to finish earlier because I said, I prepared. I
a stamped and die cut. Still, I forgot that these are, interactive cards. So it does take a little bit more to put them together. And it's my first time to actually work with the Pear Blossom Press lights, right? So all the links to all these beautiful, yummy things that I've used, the papers, the lights, of course, the die set, and the what do you call this? The stamp, okay, for the ultimate, okay, snow globe shaker. All right, the ultimate snow globe shaker, because it's ultimate because, after winter and the holidays done, you can still use it, right? So you can still create a shaker. Okay, that doesn't have to be on a stand, so it doesn't have to be a snow globe, or you can even turn it into an ornament and so many other things, right? So you can put thank you, welcome, right? And so many other sentiments with it, right? All right. How Lynn thinks of all of these things and Jamie, I have no idea. Right? Again, thank you so much, my dear friends. Hope that it's Friday, right? So hope that it's a beginning of the weekend for everyone, that you will have, time for family, friends, and of course, a little bit of crafting. With that, thank you so much and see you tomorrow. Yes, I'm going to be joined by my dear friend. Okay, let me just show this, please. Okay, this one. Okay, first and foremost, PrintCon. Yes, PrintCon. Mommy Guide Inc. is going to be in PrintCon 2025. Yes, if you see that, I don't know if it's too small, but I'll post it on my Facebook anyway, to register for free, right? So it's a 3-day event, October 9, 10, and 11. Right. So, and I'm also going to be doing a card making, like a tutorial, and I've been given, the go signal, okay, by Kendra to actually use Kendra's Card Challenge 20 for the event. It's going to be a free card making event. So if you have not yet, okay, tried doing Kendra's Card Challenge, you will have that opportunity on the PrintCon convention and so many other things that's happening. There are conventions, there are workshops, there's make and takes, there's so many stuff. Okay, so if you can, okay, this is free registration, free, but you do need to register. And of course, as I said, tomorrow is gonna be with my dear friend, okay, Jay, who I do what do you call it? A once a month collaboration with. I cannot make it small. I'm gonna make this small, Jay. All right, so I can't fit the both of us. Anyway, let's just show Jay. So it's a slimline cards plus faith journaling. So double the creativity and double the fun. All right, so with that, again, thank you so much. I will no longer put up my placards because I cannot find them, but please don't forget to like and subscribe. With that, have a great rest of the day. God bless you all and see you again tomorrow for another Stash Timber episode here at Mommy Guide Inc. Thank you, everyone. God bless you all. Tomorrow I will show Discord. All right. Bye.